Welcome to Celeb Scene Central. Kevin Sullivan, the wrestling icon who performed as the Taskmaster, has died at age 74. The athlete, who also worked significantly behind the scenes at World Championship Wrestling, died Friday. A cause of death was not immediately released. However, Sullivan was involved in a devastating accident in Florida on May 12, and he still had been diagnosed with sepsis and encephalitis after undergoing emergency surgery, according to a GoFundMe campaign. The Instagram account from Sullivan's podcast Taskmaster Talks confirmed news of his death on Friday morning.
Rest in peace, Kevin Sullivan.
Your legacy will never fade and I'll see you on the other side, my friend, our tribute post reads. Kevin was more than just a wrestler, he was a visionary, a storyteller, and a fierce competitor. For decades, he entertained millions, not just through his physical prowess but through his deep understanding of the art of wrestling. Whether it was battling Bruno Sammartino, terrifying fans as the Prince of Darkness, or being a creative force behind the scenes, he knew how to captivate an audience, drawing them into the drama and excitement of the ring. The WWE also released a statement on Sullivan's death and legacy. WWE is saddened to learn Kevin Sullivan has passed away at age 74, the organization said. A unique and influential figure in sports entertainment history, Sullivan found success both in the ring and behind the scenes with his penchant for far-out ideas that pushed creative boundaries. As a villain, Sullivan was a major rival for the ring's most legendary heroes, including Dusty Rhodes, Hulk Hogan and the Road Warriors, the statement continued. He specialized in leading dangerous factions, which included his Wicked Army of Darkness, Collegiate Bullies the Varsity Club, and the Wild Dungeon of Doom, which introduced Big Show to the wrestling world. The one-time Taskmaster also became a creative force behind the scenes for WCW. WWE extends its condolences to Sullivan's family, friends, and fans. Ric Flair mourned Sullivan on X, writing, I am so saddened to hear about Kevin Sullivan's passing.
Rest in peace, Kevin.
You were an all-time great athlete and friend. Jake the Snake Roberts expressed similar sentiments, writing, I'm deeply saddened to learn of the passing of my friend Kevin Sullivan. What an incredible mind for the business and an even greater person. Please say a prayer for his family. Triple H also honored Sullivan on social media. Kevin Sullivan had one of the most unique minds in the history of our industry, pushing creative boundaries and developing some of the most intriguing characters to step into the ring, he wrote. He had an unwavering passion for what we do. My thoughts are with his family, friends, and fans. Born in Cambridge, Massachusetts, in 1949, Sullivan began wrestling as an amateur in Boston, ultimately booking his first professional match in Montreal. As Johnny West, he won the NWA Gulf Coast Tag Team Championship alongside Ken Lucas in 1971 and the NWA Florida Tag Team Championship with Mike Graham in CWF Championship Wrestling from Florida in 1972. In the mid-70s, Sullivan worked as a face for the Worldwide Wrestling Federation and CWF. Sullivan cultivated his Prince of Darkness heel persona, which used dark occultist aesthetics, in the 1980s with both CWF and International Championship Wrestling. He later wrestled with the Varsity Club, which feuded with Dusty Rhodes and the Road Warriors, under Jim Crockett Productions, which later became WCW, and united with Cactus Jack and Buzz Sawyer to found Sullivan's Slaughterhouse. He also became known as the Master during a feud with a primetime Brian Lee in the early 90s, and tag-teamed with the Tasmaniac in 1993. In another stint with WCW, Sullivan re-teamed with Cactus Jack to win a tag team title before he formed the Three Faces of Fear with Avalanche and the Butcher to feud with Hulk Hogan, Sting, and Randy Savage. After that, Sullivan became the Taskmaster and formed the Dungeon of Doom, who faced off against Hogan's Hulkamaniacs during War Games and feuded with the Four Horsemen. In his last chapter of regular wrestling appearances, he feuded extensively with Chris Benoit, ultimately losing a retirement match to him in 1997. Sullivan spent the rest of his career as a booker, even ascending to the WCW's head booker position in 2000, and made occasional appearances for independent promotions. His podcast Taskmaster Talks has run since 2020.